Hey folks, it's Jack. Just for the sake of saying, just wanted to say a couple things. Yeah, I just made a video and I'm talking about a little rifle that my dad passed down to me and I passed on to my kids. But anyway, just wanted to do a little video talking about hand-me-downs, if you want to call them that. When I turned 16 years old, my dad passed two guns down to me. Well, one of them was a little 22 short, and the other one was a 20 gauge single shot breakdown shotgun. Well, I guess what I want to do is show you what he passed down to me and give you a little bit of history about them, a little story about each one of them. And if you got one that was passed to you, I'd like to know about it. Or if you've passed one down to, your kids, grandkids, whatever, I'd like to know about that too. I just wondering, in this United States of America, where freedom is still a thing for now, tradition, how many of these firearms have actually been passed down a couple of generations? This one, I showed it in another video a little while ago, or made one. This is a Winchester. Shoots 22 shorts. And I know a lot of you's already saying I wouldn't have a 22 short. They ain't worth nothing. Well, like I said in my other video, go back and watch it. God only knows how many squirrels and rabbits and birds and turtles I've shot with this little 22 short rifle. Winchester, that's one that, you twist it and the, feeding rod comes out the back side. You load them through the side, right there. 22 short. This is one that my dad taught me how to shoot with. When I was a little bitty fella, he'd hand me this gun and I'd have to put it on my shoulder just like that right there. And that's the way I was taught to carry a gun. You never carry a gun down to your side. You never carry it like this. Never. Never. My daddy'd tear my rear end up if he ever caught me carrying one like that. It stayed on your shoulder just like that right there until you was ready to shoot. Now if you seen something to shoot at, then you pulled it back down, you put it on sight, and you pulled the trigger, shoot, and then it went right back to your shoulder. Now that's the only way you shoot. Now the only other way, if you get tired of carrying it like that, you can turn it around like this, and well, standing up, you can tell more about it. You carried it like that, pointing to the ground. Now that was the only two ways that I could carry a rifle that my dad wouldn't get mad at me. If it went off, it went into the ground. If it went off, it went straight into there. No danger of shooting anybody around you. But anyway, that's the way my dad taught me to shoot. Now, 22 short. Preppers, something to think about. You want to put meat on the table, but you don't want to make a whole lot of racket or a whole lot of noise. 22 short. May not be the kind of meat you want, but if poo hit the fan, we don't have no electricity. You ain't got no way to store meat anyway. Enough meat for one meal. Right there. 22 short. Old Winchester model 94. Now I've got one that's a lever action, come from Western Auto Stores, which most people don't know what a Western Auto Store is, but back in its day, it was just like the Ace Hardware now. They were around every corner. Alright. Dad passed it to me when I turned 16. He told me that I was to pass it down to one of my children when they turned 16. When I was 16, he had no idea how many children I was going to have or what kind. So, but anyway, that's what he did. And then he also passed this one down to me. And some of you probably remember these. 20 gauge. And the little gold tip's going off there. I need to try to see if I can find a gold tip to go back on it. Right there. But as far as I know, it's never been on there. I don't even remember. But anyway, he passed this one down to me when I turned 16 also. A little 20 gauge. Breakdown. And this is for bird hunting or rabbit hunting. I use this for rabbit also. And Lord only knows how many rabbits and doves I've took with this thing. First time I ever took this thing dove hunting, two guys I went with, they laughed at me. You can't dove hunt with a single shot. You got to have a pump or a semi. for the, dove hunt. I said, well, we'll see what happens, Well, that day I remember very well because they were bragging and picking on me about my little single shot 20 gauge shotgun. Well, if my memory serves me right, both of my buddies came out of the woods, I think it was 6 doves apiece. I came out with 13. That's when 13 became my lucky number. 13. 4 of them were shot with 2 shots. I shot 2 at a time. Just the way my daddy taught me. So, anyway, this old gun. Now, when my dad gave it to me, the forearm right here was rotten. I mean, it was just totally rotten. It was eat up. It just, I don't know what happened to it. Because usually, the buttstock will go too. But, anyway, the forearm was just eat slam up on it. Well, at about age 18, I think, is when I really got into woodworking pretty decently. So I'll have to say that this is probably one of the first productive things that I ever made. This is the bottom slide off an old pallet. Took it off, shaped it, notched it out, put everything in it, went to work. Kind of matched the color halfway decent. But like I said, I'd done that when I was 18. Made that thing, put on there. Tried to match it as best I could. And it's worked good. No problem. Now this thing does have a little problem with its locking mechanism. I mean, it works good. Works fine. But it's over the years, it's got a little sloppy. A little bit sloppy. So, but we've learned when you shoot it, we always put our thumb over it. It's like so. It doesn't usually come open, but it's just a habit that I got into. It came open with him one time. That's when I started doing it. I'd shoot like this, hold that hammer, at release. But anyway, and my son does the same thing. I taught him to shoot it that way. And that's what he shoots it. He shoots it with his thumb in the front of it like that to hold it. But anyway, I say it doesn't normally. That's the only time I ever know that it tried to come open. But anyway, but I like it. I mean, the way I learned to shoot it was like that. Shoot it, boom, and as you was grabbing another one, you always released it, and it was ready to go. You come back and put one in it, ready to go. Just ready to go. Well, you fire it, and as you reach to get another shell, you drop it. Shell pop out. But anyway, I just wanted to show these 2 guns and let you know this one has been passed down to my younger son, Salty Jet Dude, or Corey, and the 22 to CPAC 97, Chris. So, anyway, just wanted to show these and ask, have you got anything that was passed down? Have you got anything that you've passed down? And if so, how many generations has that gun been through? Now, my dad said he won this one in a poker game when he was 17. Well, he said he won it when he was 16. A couple months later, he lost it. And then about a year later, it come up in another poker game, and he won it back. Said he didn't put it up in a poker game no more. But anyway, that's where this one came from. And he bought that one when he was young, the old 22. So these are going through, in our family, these 2 rifles, or this shotgun and the rifle, are going through their 3rd generation now. So, anyway, I just wondering how many guns are actually going through generations, and how many generations have they been through. I got an old wall hanger. I'm not going to try to get it down right now, but I'll show it one day. It's kind of all to pieces. But God knows I would not have wanted to have been the last person to have ever shot that thing. It is wore slam out. It's had to be made somewhere, I'm guessing, early to mid 1800s. Got the old double rabbit ears on it, But in the process, trying to find parts to restore at least the stock and the forearm on it. Okay, I've got the stock and the forearm, but they're busted up. So I'd like to at least find the forearm and a stock, go back on it. And I've looked some, hadn't looked a whole lot, but I'd like to find it, because I ain't no telling how many times that thing's been shot, or how many generations it went through. But it's an old double barrel. I'll show it one day. Double trigger, you know. Anyway, that was my question. Do you have any that's been passed down, or do you have, have you passed any down, and how many generations have they been through? I was just curious. I just think it'd be something interesting to know. Just how many guns in America have been passed down generation to generation. Because one of the bills they're trying to pass, or just going to come forward or something, said that we can't pass them down anymore. Especially the ones that got detachable magazines. And I think that's just awful, because I've got some guns with detachable magazines that I want to pass down to my sons and my daughter. Oh no, just saying. Traditions being destroyed. Play hard. Play safe. Enjoy your firearms. One thing I don't like is see somebody take firearms and put them in a closet somewhere and never drag them out for years and years. If I want to have it, I want to enjoy it. So I pull mine out, I try to pull everything I've got out at least once a year and fire it a few times to enjoy it. I just don't like them sitting back in the closet. Alright folks, I'm out of here. Play hard, play safe, don't play stupid. Okay? God bless you. I'm out of here. Till next time. Just saying.